Let me ask you something. Have you ever worn something you were proud of only for people to misunderstand it completely? Because that's exactly what happened when Ghana's President John Mahama arrived in Zambia. He stepped off the plane wearing a traditional smock, the fugu. For Ghanaians, it's a symbol of pride, identity, and heritage. But almost immediately, social media lit up. Some people in Zambia started asking questions, others mocked it. A few even called it a blouse. And you can imagine the reaction, because this wasn't just about fashion, this was about culture. You see, the fugu isn't just clothing, it comes from northern Ghana, and historically it was worn by warriors. Over time, it became associated with chiefs, leaders, and authority. Even Ghana's first president, Kwame Nkrumah, wore it as a deliberate statement to show that African identity didn't need validation from Western standards. So when Mahama wore it in Zambia, he wasn't just getting dressed, he was representing history. But here's where the story takes an interesting turn. Instead of anger, Ghanaians responded by educating. They shared photos, stories, and context. They showed the beauty and the meaning behind the fugu. And slowly, the conversation began to shift from mockery to curiosity, and from curiosity to appreciation. Even Zambia's president, Hakainde Hichilema, acknowledged the moment.
And I'm very happy that the foreign minister, you dressed like that. I asked my team to post on various platforms that were associated with that. President of Zambia will be ordering more of that stuff for himself.
And Mahama himself, he didn't see the whole thing as negative. In fact, he saw it differently. He said Zambians had actually helped market the fugu. By talking about it, questioning it, and even debating it, they had introduced it to new audiences across Africa and beyond.
And this is a traditional dress that is made by a local industry. It's part of our culture. And so in the past, it was worn by kings, royalty, and also warriors. When our warriors were going to war, they wore smocks, and the belief was that the smocks were soaked in some herbs and then some spiritual thing was done. So when you fire a bullet, it can't penetrate, you know. And so the smock portrays a lot of things in our culture. And significantly, on the day Ghana, the first sub-Saharan African country to gain independence, on the day our independence was declared, our president, Kwame Nkrumah, was wearing a smock. He and all the freedom fighters were wearing smocks. So smocks have become an integral part of our cultural identity. But I thank Zambians for marketing our fugu for us, and it might become an export item in our bilateral trade. We'll export some fugus here and create a new fashion trend.
And when you think about it, he's right, because now more people know what the fugu is. More people understand its meaning. And more people are curious about the culture behind it. It's a reminder that sometimes cultural influence doesn't spread quietly. Sometimes it starts with a question, sometimes even with criticism. But in the end, it creates understanding. And what started as just an outfit became something much bigger.